that Memphis.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I am Dark Riddler. With me is the legendary Delacroix.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today?
Why don't you tell us about it yourself and how we can hunt you down, good sir?
Don't hunt me down. My name is Delacroix. Real name shall be anonymous. I am a part-time streamer and a YouTuber. I currently have a YouTube channel with Ruin Leon called Bald and Sexy. You can find us over there on YouTube and on Twitch. You can find me at Delacroix 606. That's DELACROIX 606 over on Twitch.tv. The place where is a fucking nightmare to be a streamer with a fucking independent thought.
Here's the funny thing. I actually did not know you and Ruin had a fucking podcast.
I mean, I promoted it. It's been like almost a year.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Never mind. I forgot. I gotta remember, dude. I left social media. That's probably why I don't know about it. I gotta.
I mean, when you came back, we still posted about it.
Well, y'all didn't. Not that I've seen.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We definitely do. I posted when we're live. I do.
You got me wanting to go look now. Because clearly I'm missing some shit. You posted for Twitch?
No, I posted for YouTube. It's a YouTube channel.
I'm going to look it up. I'll keep in mind, I also know I got about 20 words muted. I know YouTube ain't one of them, though. But Twitch is. Twitch is definitely muted. So it's like a lot of stuff I might miss. That's why I don't see a lot of stuff either. Like, I got about at least 20 words muted. Like when I came back, I just went to ban words, and I just generally just got the banning words. Certain words I just didn't want to see. Didn't want to see anything in regards to it. Or at least like if I go through a thread or something, like if it says, okay, this, that's been blocked due to a word that you muted. Like it depends on the person if I actually even bother to view it anyway. So it's like a lot of stuff, like in general, I don't get. I really don't. And
Gotcha.
I'm glad for that. That's why I said, like, if you been retweeting, like, I might not be, might not, like, I get your shit, but I haven't gotten anything like that, which is surprising. I had no idea that you and Ruin had a fucking goddamn whole podcast. I had no idea.
Not good.
I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad. You got a life. I don't expect people to fucking pop up and see my shit every day, you know?
Oh no, which is fine, but that's something I can listen to while I'm at work. Cause now I'm definitely going to. I got something new to listen.
There's definitely a live cast over in YouTube. There's live episodes.
Oh, y'all do straight live episodes?
Yes, sir.
Y'all do keep the VODs, right?
Say again?
Y'all do keep the video, right?
Yeah, and YouTube, if you go over to YouTube, you'll see the VODs. Like you just gotta go into live.
Okay. No, that's fine. Cool. Because that's something I can, like I said, I can easily just listen to that while I'm at work. I'm at work 12 hours. I damn near got all the time in the world. Like just generally do. Like for real.
True.
But here's the thing. We was talking about that Sony Microsoft thing. Okay. So from what dude was saying, he was talking about 20 years down the road and all of that. I get that on a long-term thing. Because it's like, I can understand where you're coming from. Like, he's not thinking now, he's thinking years down the road. as far as like money go. Yeah, it's a money thing. Let's not pretend like it's not. But at the same time, he thinking on long term money and gradual income rather than just okay. Well, if Sony or Xbox, Microsoft rather, decide to make said Activision games exclusive, would they actually be losing out on money? Because it's not on various platforms. Which is why I don't agree with WWE being solely for 2K. But at the same time, they have it on multiple platforms, so I can, let that go.
I mean, right now with how things are going, like, uh, it'll be a bad move if that happens because if you look at like major tournaments that Call of Duty is held on, it's pretty much PC or when it's a local shop, it's on PlayStation. So if Activision does actually go ahead and Microsoft acquires them and specifically through Microsoft, they probably just take it away from PlayStation, but you can still be able to play it on PC because you gotta remember Microsoft did shoot themselves in the foot by making the whole Xbox Live Ultimate Edition, Ultimate package for the subscription where you could play on the Xbox and the PC.
Yeah,
So that's why the sales of those newer Xboxes haven't been too great. You could walk into any store and get a new Xbox, like
yeah.
because Microsoft pretty much said we're gonna put all the games on PC and console. So would it take away from the PCs? Not really. Maybe they work out a deal with BattleNet because that's right now where you could play most of all the Call of Duty games. But
Yeah.
I don't see it hurting ad revenue or any type of like money for Activision and Treyarch if they're making the games. It's just
Here's
a business move, and you know
here's a question for you because you actually brought that up, and I didn't even think about this. Do you think they would have to buy out Battle.net too?
they probably work out a deal with them, or just move the whole IP over to like the Xbox like Game Pass thing that they already have, because the minute you could download uh the Xbox UI onto PC, and it's very like simple. You get
Yeah,
the whole thing. It's You gotta think. Microsoft is trying to go towards more PC stuff. Think back to when the Xbox, see when Xbox, now what was it? The Xbox One was it after 360? Was that it after
yeah.
360?
One was at the
Uh, that
360.
bec that wasn't really like a gaming console. It was a entertainment console. You think about it. Like what was it had all the streaming services and all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
That was mainly used as a entertainment console, not a gaming console. PlayStation was a gaming console. Now Xbox is starting to go back into video games and stuff. You know, they still got a lot of the all that extra stuff, but let's be honest, you get an Xbox, you're playing games, and most people who own Xboxes are playing Call of Duty and for FPSs. So I would say the best move would be just moving everything over to their Xbox, UI that they have in PC, or making a deal with BattleNet, or maybe just merging. You never know. Maybe BattleNet and Microsoft will merge.
Do you think they should?
If they do merge, that'll be a big thing for people because they're probably, you get games like WoW now, and you could probably get a better subscription with WoW, and you get access to games like War, Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo. It'll be a very smart move if they did that.
I feel like if they did that, then okay. If they did that, I think they should just do away with the whole WoW subscription thing and just make it to where, okay, well, if you get, Xbox Ultimate, which personally I do have, keep that in mind, and just say, okay, we'll let that be your WoW subscription every month since you're
If I
already.
wasn't mistaken, I thought there was something that was going to happen with BattleNet and Xbox. If I wasn't mistaken,
It was discussed, but everybody talking in hypotheticals. And like I showed you, way earlier this morning, rather.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing: if Microsoft acquires BattleNet, Microsoft acquiring Activision, they get BattleNet because BattleNet is part of Activision.
Yeah,
So they have it. So with this deal, then you get WoW, and then it's gonna probably change, like they, like you said, do away to subscription base from WoW and put it mainly into the Microsoft the Xbox Battle, I mean Xbox Game Pass.
because
So
you know who else did that? Who actually did do that? EA, Origin.
yeah,
Origin
that's
did
why
do.
you have yeah, that's why you have the EA Pass with Xbox now.
Yeah,
But so I mean, it's a smart move for Xbox because now they have Battle.net and now they get all that money from WoW, Call of Duty, StarCraft, all that stuff. They get all that Battle.net money. So Microsoft and Activision merging is a good thing for a lot of gamers. It's a good thing for a lot of gamers who are strictly PC. Does it
yeah,
suck for Sony players because they probably won't get another Call of Duty game? Yes, but I see something happening with other companies, like another like I mean, you we probably won't see games like Valorant on PlayStation, but
no.
maybe Doctor Disrespect is coming out with his own first-person shooter. Will it be exclusive for PC? Not sure, but maybe he could work a deal out with Sony and saying like, okay, we'll get exclusive rights to having it out console and PC or something. You just never know.
Yeah, because I feel like I'll name a random series here. Um, like the Crash Bandicoot series. Like, and everybody been saying they need to make another one, et cetera, et cetera.
They don't.
If if Sony bought them out, would they? Do you like? Would they make more money because of it? Because it's just exclusive to Sony.
I don't think so because like sometimes like certain games you don't need to beat a dead horse with it. Because let's look at for example, there's no more Uncharted games. Naughty
Yeah,
Dog said we're not doing another Uncharted, and we're not even sure we're gonna do another Last of Us. But everybody's like, oh, we want another game, we want another game, but like they don't want to do it anymore. You go out on a high note, and that's what people need to learn. With a lot of these game companies, like and developers, like there's a high note that you need to leave on, and just end it like that. Look at Halo. Halo is a dead horse that Microsoft has beaten into the ground. The game does. It's like it was like we supposedly in Halo 3, you finished the fight. Then you started fighting the Forerunners. Now you're fighting the Covenant again. It's like a radical side of it. It's like
it's like you
you
just
just you're just beating a dead horse. It's like honestly, I after Halo 4, I think I was just done with the game because it didn't make sense. Then I think after that, what was it Halo 5 where it had like the two different Spartans? It was Master Chief versus the other guy. Uh,
I not really. I quit playing Halo after two, honestly.
yeah, but the way they advertised that was like Master Chief and this guy was gonna have like this end of all like battle between each other, and and if you ever listen to like the little mini podcast they had, like little like stories they had,
Yeah,
it made it sound like it was like gonna be something crazy. You play the game, it's dog shit. It's about Cortana. It's like this is stupid. Like
yeah. I mean,
it
you
was a
can only
horrible
run it.
story.
You can. I was gonna say you can only run a story for so long.
Yeah, and it gets boring after a while. It
Yeah.
gets boring. So I think Crash Bandicoot being acquired by Sony and then making like a exclusive to Sony is just kind of dumb. Just kind of dumb. Especially like a game like Crash Bandicoot. It's it's not when Sony first came out, was that Sony's like main mascot, Crash? Yes. But
Hmm.
we're in 2023, like their new mascot is freaking Kratos.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got Kratos, you got freaking Drake from Uncharted, you have Aloy from fucking what's that fucking game? It's that game with the robot dinosaurs and shit.
Uh, Robot Dino.
But she got the crossbow.
Tomb Raider.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, Horizons. There you go.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Like Sony, I think Sony is good with a lot of their stuff, of their exclusives.
They need to go ahead and bring that Hellblade out that they've
They
been
won't do
talking.
Hellblade again. They won't do it again.
Well,
Oh,
hell,
you're
well,
talking about the other Hellblade. You're talking about the Viking thing, right?
yeah,
I'm thinking Heavily Sword. I'm thinking Heavily Sword. Sorry.
no, heavily so. Whoo, boy, you went back.
Yeah.
Heavenly so. No, that I felt like they got the point across. Like I don't know what else you could even do with Heavenly Sword. Though the combat was, I liked it personally for what you could do given the weapon choice. It's just like I don't like I would like to see another Dino Crisis.
You're not gonna get that. The same way we won't get a Unimusha Warlords, you're not gonna get a Dino Crisis. Because you know why? Because you can make easy money with Resident Evil. Just easy money. It's just easy.
Yeah,
You slap Resident Evil on something, people are gonna buy it. People are
yeah,
gonna buy it. Unimusha Warlords, you don't have a good following with that. Only a very few people know of Unimusha Warlords, and very few people know of Dino Crisis. Very few. I may get slack for this, but let's be honest. I don't see um anybody from Dino Crisis and Dead by Daylight.
that,
I think the last time we saw the girl from Dino Crisis, they put in some other game that she was in, and you got a small majority of people hyped up. But other than that, look, we got Resident Evil 4 remake. Did we need a remake for Resident Evil 4? No, absolutely not. We did not need a Resident Evil 4 remake, but we got one. I won't be surprised if we get a Resident Evil 5 remake.
but why though? That's the thing. Why?
It sells. The name sells. Resident Evil sells.
Yeah,
It just sells.
that's
No matter what, it's going to sell. Let's look at a Mario game. Any Mario game sells. Mario Party, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, Mario. You slap Mario on it, it'll fucking sell. It's gonna fucking sell.
yeah. Mario and
The
Sonic at
name
the
just sells
Olympic
it.
Games.
Yep, it's just gonna fucking sell.
Yeah.
Look at the Sonic game. It's gonna fucking sell. You're going to sell games. Unimusha Warlords. I don't hear anybody getting hyped up for that. If I say Unimusha Warlords, it's crickets. Dino Crisis, you probably get a small group of people. People
Yeah.
don't even talk about Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve would have been a great remake to have now,
Yeah. I agree.
but you're not gonna get those things. You're gonna get Resident Evil, and that's it.
Yeah, because I would love a remake the Xenosaga series.
You're gonna get
Especially
what you get.
in this
Look,
modern gens and all that. Yeah. I would love to have that.
look at. I mean,
They did Persona 3?
freaking Persona. You're always gonna get Persona games.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But they just brought out 3. I've never played 3. I was gonna get it because I've never played 3. I've yet to play 5. I played 4. I liked 4 a lot, actually. I love 4. But I
I
wanted to
mean,
go to
look at
3.
games like. Why can't we get another Beautiful Joe?
Yeah.
We could get another that. We got a whole bunch. We got a new Bayonetta game coming out where she's a child. We're getting another freaking. We get another update or expansion to Dead Cells with the Castlevania castle. We're getting another fucking Zelda game. We're never gonna stop getting Zelda games. We're gonna get another Zelda game.
Hell
We
no.
got another freaking Xenosaga game. We just keep getting the same games over and over because you know what? Nintendo knows no matter what, it sells. And Nintendo's smart enough to know every time they make a new console that we will buy the same game that they released on previous consoles again.
Yeah.
The
That's
biggest move they did right now was say on the Switch, we're giving you the library of Nintendo and Nintendo Advance games. I mean Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. That's a smart fucking move from them. That is a smart move because now people are like, oh, I need a Switch now. that then pushes people to buy the more Switches and
Yeah.
more the fucking what's that? There's a Switch that's like it's like an
Switch,
actual handheld. It doesn't fucking take
Switch
it off.
Lite?
I forgot what's
The
huh?
Switch Lite?
The Switch Lite.
Yeah.
It boosts sales in that because now I could get Game Boy games and stuff. Like it's a smart move. They tend to know what they're doing with game when they do that stuff
You still
because they
have to
know
buy the game though,
you eat
right?
it up. Huh?
You still have to buy the game though, right?
What for the Game Boy games?
Yeah.
No, it's free. It's all fucking free.
Huh.
It's fucking free.
Wow. That's a lot of games.
You
Wow.
don't see Sony doing that. Sony's not doing that. Sony's
Hell
not
no.
going. Our whole PlayStation 1 category you get for free. No, they're gonna say you want to play PlayStation 1 games. You gotta pay $160 to play PlayStation 1 games.
That yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. Oh
Xbox
boy.
the same way. You want to play Xbox One games? Nope. We probably won't release it again. Nintendo's like, you want to play these old ass fucking games? Here the fuck you go. Play them. You want to play Mario and Wario? Go ahead. Link's Awakening? You can play that shit. All those old games you can play. Because you know why? They know what the fuck they're doing. All these other companies would rather you pay for the shit.
Yeah, because I would like to play Lost Odyssey. I just can't be bothered with going to buy an Xbox to do it. I don't know why they just won't throw the mug on Xbox Ultimate and say, hey, here, play it.
It was on Xbox Game Pass because I remember downloading it. Lost Odyssey?
Yeah,
I downloaded that on Game Pass.
I do
I
not
think it's
remember.
on Game Pass. You just double check because I remember downloading Lost Odyssey.
I'm a look later. Cause I tried to use the emulator to do it, but it was acting so funky. I was like, this is unbearable even by my standards. It's like I can't do it. I because everybody told me that's probably one game that I really needed to play. That and like I really wanted to play it. Like no joke. And, and my thing is like, okay, and you right, Nintendo if Nintendo just throwing out Game Boy Advance games like that for free, yeah. They know people are gonna buy at least buy that on Switch Lite. Just to but I heard you can actually emulate stuff off the Steam Deck too.
You can. But how much is a Steam Deck right now? Steam Deck is like close to $400.
Yeah,
But there's two different versions of it.
see, I
There's
didn't
two
know.
different gigs of it.
Yeah, see, I
So
didn't even know that.
I will go with the cheaper option. I could buy a Nintendo. I could buy a Switch Lite
Mm-hmm.
for like what, $200?
Yeah.
Get a Nintendo 12-month subscription for what, $24?
And have yeah, and pretty
And
much
download games I want to play. I want to like nostalgia is right there. I can just download a whole bunch of freaking stuff.
all new. Yep, yeah, and that's how I feel about Xbox Game Pass because it's like I can find something I particularly might want to play, old or new. I can play it, beat it, and then just be done with it. Uninstall it, I'm done. Because that's usually what I do, even for Steam stuff. Like I'll install it, especially if I have intent on playing it. I'll beat it, then I'm uninstalling it afterwards.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's making me want to keep it in there. And I feel like, and I'm with you. I feel like PlayStation just need to go that route. They have PS now, but you don't hear people talking about that.
I think they're gonna eventually get rid of that. I think PlayStation Plus is gonna one of those systems are going one of those things are going away. I
It
think they
might
were getting rid of Sony was saying they're gonna drop one of this stuff. I forgot what it was.
it might be PS. No, it can't be PS Plus. It might be PS now. Either that or they merging the two together.
I think
I
it's PlayStation Plus. PlayStation. I forgot what they said. Forgot what they said they were going to discontinue.
And I actually have like a legit question because I know you have another a lot of knowledge regarding this. Okay, Joker's quote unquote new girlfriend punchline. What's your opinion about her?
I really don't give two shits about that stuff. I'm like over all this girlfriend and stuff. I mean, she's just a fan of the Joker. And going back, Sony's ending PlayStation Plus.
That
Sony's removing PlayStation Plus. So see, they're fucking shooting themselves in their foot. Because the whole reason of having PlayStation Plus was to get those fucking free games every month.
yeah,
Now they're like, you're not gonna get shit for free. Fuck you. Pay money. Play these other games. You dickheads.
and this probably gonna start a whole council war when I say this. And now that would that not make Xbox the better buy unless you distinctly just wanted a certain exclusive, the only PlayStation game?
Who knows at this point? Who knows? I honestly like these companies are gonna do what they want. They feel like they need to start getting away from like older kind of like the older IPs and stuff. But PlayStation Plus was like great. You got like a great free games sometimes a month. You got a lot of stuff. And I remember they used to also give stuff for PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation Portable. But now it's just
Mm-hmm.
like it seems like these companies want to take away anything free to give to the players and stuff.
Yeah,
So
because I remember the PSP. I had one. But it's like for me, it's like, and I can understand, like I said, why they thinking 20 years down the road because you got to think. Well, one, you got to think past yourself. Two, you got to try to find a workable and livable. What's that word I'm looking for? Business model. There we go. So when they say we're thinking 20 years down the road, and no, we don't want you to have it because we don't want a possibility of you making it exclusive when we know we want to sell it on our platform too. I can understand that, but then Sony, you decide to, as you just said, get rid of PlayStation Plus. So you're already by doing that, at least in my opinion, you're already trying to get people to where now they're gonna say there's a possibility they might say, well, Xbox is offering me more, so I'm gonna go Xbox. Unless you're just like a diehard PlayStation Sony fan, then I I can understand that too. But most have both, so it really don't bother them. But as a business model, do you really think that's a good thing though to get rid of something that people were paying for and want to just be able to say I'll just call it play an old game that you have or I'm not sure if it's still required. Was that even required to be able to go online?
what?
PlayStation Plus.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
So
I mean,
so now you're able to go online for free now. That's what I'm guessing by them getting rid of that. Or
what is that?
like by them getting rid of PlayStation Plus, does that mean now PlayStation players can now get online free? Or
I mean, they still have those other tiers of stuff, like where you pay like $107 monthly for like, you get access to like this game library and stuff.
okay.
But once you lose that online stuff, you lose those games. PlayStation Plus was like, once you download those games, those are your games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, then yeah. They really are they're shooting themselves in that. So I could see why somebody would just say, you know what, I'm done with PlayStation. I'll just go get an Xbox now. Because now I see who's offering me more for my money. which begs the question, Sony, what are you doing? There's
Yeah.
there's money hungry, then there's just okay, y'all, this is just a bad move. But then, even if I do say that, you need the statistics to back that up too.
I mean, I guess we'll see what happens when they get rid of it. I
But
mean, it's supposed to end in May 9th. Yeah.
do you feel like all like developers or rather publishing companies should just pick a system and just take their deal and just go with it?
I feel they do that, for because you gotta remember when things are exclusive, it's only exclusive for like a 3-year period. So they get like a big chunk of money for 3 years, and after that, it's free, and they get more money.
Yeah,
So it's a win-win no matter what.
because I'm thinking like how you said Uncharted. If Uncharted decided, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're not making no more games, but we want to go ahead and go over to Xbox too. Do you feel like they moving a series and making it for Xbox Two would be a good move?
I mean, with Naughty Dog doing that, it'll be probably a good move because now it'll try to push people to sell Microsoft units and
Yeah.
more people to go over to Xbox, but it still be a tricky thing.
I just feel like in general, like as far as like games in general. Okay. I just feel like a lot of things are just starting to get like really, really like played out. Like the whole like perfect example, Grand Theft Auto. Like I feel like at this point, other than like the RPing that they do on there, which a lot of them are phenomenal at, don't get me wrong. I just feel like that same system is getting old.
I mean, the
And
only thing that's keeping GTA alive is those RP things.
yeah,
That's the only, that's the only thing. Because let's look at it. GTA came from 360, Xbox One, the new one, the new Xbox. It jumped three systems. Three systems. Grand Theft Auto 5 has jumped from three systems. Ridiculous.
yeah,
PlayStation, there was a PlayStation 4. No, wasn't place. No, it was PlayStation. Wasn't it PlayStation 3? I think 3, 4, and 5. And like the only thing that's really helping it stay alive is there's those RPs because it's like original stuff. And I think Rockstar would be smart to already release an RP aspect in GTA 6.
yeah,
They'd be fucking smart as shit for
yeah.
people to do that. And guarantee you when they do that, they're gonna make a subscription base. Guaranteed.
I could believe that. And and the crazy thing is people would buy it like because it'd be something different as far as like the GTA series goes. Even though I do feel like they need to do one based on a female mob boss because there's plenty of they could use that'll hold them for a few years if they wanted to if they was to actually do their research. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think they want to stick with like more modern stuff. You could always mention a female mob boss and all that, but like I think right now what they're doing is be making a pick between or you switching between a male and female delinquent committing crimes.
Yeah, I agree. It's just I think I really started losing interest though at the San Andreas. That, and I think that's part of my bias too, because it was like once I got through San Andreas, it was like okay, if it wasn't for the fact of the environment of San Andreas and everything else, I probably would not have played San Andreas because other than that, it really was just like the same system. you know, you start at the bottom, work for a couple of people, you do some big heist, and then you go to some big place. Well, you find out what actually was going on, and then you go to some big place and you got to take on the person who caused all the shit for you. And I think that's why I was glad for the one where they had three different protagonists. Ain't that five?
Yes, five has the three protagonists.
Okay, yeah. That's why I like that one because it was like three different paths. Yeah, they ended up like intersecting in some way, but still, it gave it three different perspectives. Either that or they should just make one where eh, your actual choices matter. That's what I feel like. Like you don't
Mm,
necessarily have to climb up the mob ladder if you don't want to.
I get you.
But keep in mind, you have that with Mafia, which is a great game. I like the Mafia series, even though it's kind of similar, but I think that's more so based on the dialogue and storytelling though too of each one, rather than just Grand Theft Auto based. Even though it can be deemed that. I just feel like a lot of companies like really need to like sit down and become more creative.
They do, but the thing is like they rather pander to people and listen to what others want and what they actually have to do. They rather listen to non-fans than the actual fans. I mean, the only company that doesn't listen to everybody's freaking uh FromSoft when it comes to the Souls games.
Yeah, I mean Team Ninja don't either.
But Team Ninja, their games, I mean, their games are just pretty much the same hack and slash, and they just different modes and stuff. But like FromSoft has strictly said, like I'm not making a not putting an easy mode in any of my games.
Yeah, because I played several Soul like games, like For the King. I like that. I beat it. I liked it for what it was. I liked it. But that's how Soul, like the Soul series, is making their money though, because they know what their fan base is, and they're listening to their fan base, and they know what they want. So all they got to do, hence Elden Ring, say, "Hey, this is a Souls-like game." Well, this is
No,
our
this Elden Ring isn't a Souls-like game. Elden Ring is just a Souls game. Everybody else makes Souls-like games. FromSoft makes Souls games. Like don't get it confused because like
wait. So
that
who
new
made
Star
Nor?
Wars games, huh?
Who made Nor and Nor two?
Neo,
Yeah,
Team Ninja. That is a Souls-like game. Team Ninja made that. FromSoft only makes Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice,
that's the
and
one
Demon
I'm
Souls.
thinking of. I
Sekiro
never.
Shadows Die Twice is a Souls game. Everybody else, they set the standards, and everybody, when you hear Souls-like game, that's because they are copying what they did,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to be like Mike. Everybody wants to be like Miyazaki. That's what it is. Everybody wants to be Miyazaki because he set a fucking standard and he set a premises and his games sell. No matter what fucking game it is he makes, it sells. People were against fucking Elden Ring, right? People are saying, "Oh, there's no easy mode. It doesn't have accessibility. It doesn't have all this crap. Blah blah. We need." He said, "You're not getting it. Here's a little fucking extra magic and shit to help you progress in the game. There you go." His
Yeah,
game still sold numbers, and it
yeah,
won Game of the Year.
yeah, and rightfully so. Didn't they nerf yeah, that damn sword. I
They nerfed
wanted.
one boss. They nerfed one boss, and then he wasn't even nerfed that well.
Didn't they nerf Rivers of Blood too? The weapon. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, because that was a PvP thing.
Oh, I didn't know it was PvP
They
thing.
nerf things to try to balance the game to give you guys to make people give people a challenge. They nerf freaking one of the main bosses because it was like people couldn't beat it and people couldn't play it, so they made a little patch. But still, he's still fucking Radon is still a hard boss. Radon is still fucking difficult to fight. So is Millennia. They're still difficult bosses. You know, I'm so sick of people complaining about the game, but these people that complain about it are now playing it are now addicted to the Souls series because you know why? It's a thing of accomplishment. Once you beat that difficult boss, you feel like you're on top of the world. That's all it is. It's accomplishment. Oh, there's no accessibility and stuff and all these things. That's bullshit because there's people that don't have fucking hands and legs beating the games.
Yeah.
I don't
That,
want to hear about accessibility because there's a guy
yeah.
who can fucking beat the game with his fucking feet. I have two working hands that can barely beat some of these bosses, and he fucking beat it with his feet.
Yeah.
Then you got a girl running around right now beating it with her voice. There's no excuses at this point
What the? Are
with
you
this game.
serious?
Yeah, she's playing the game with her voice, his voice commands. She's fighting bosses. A girl beat it with a DDR pad. Somebody beat it with a fucking
I think I know
uh.
the. I think I know that girl with the DDR pad. Is
So
that the
this
same
is
one who beat Kingdom Hearts like that too?
I don't know if she beat Kingdom Hearts like that, but like there's no like at the end of the day, some game developers don't need to listen to the masses, listen to the following fans. People are gonna buy it. People are going to buy the game no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how much people get upset at, people are gonna buy the game. As much as you don't want to talk about the freaking Wizard game was boycotted like crazy. It backfired because it's like the top selling game. I'm
Yeah.
not playing it because I don't give two shits about being a wizard. I don't care. Don't give a fuck about it. I don't care. Like if the game had an online where I could fucking go and fight people,
yeah.
I would probably about it. But as a single play game, I don't really care about freaking casting spells. I don't really give two shits about it. Don't give two fucks.
I think you should. I think you
I'm not
actually
buying the
should.
game. I'm not gonna buy a game I'm not have no interest in. It's like I seen people play it. It looks cool.
Yeah,
It
like,
looks dope.
and that's the weird thing. I said I wasn't gonna talk about this shit. That's the crazy thing. Like, I have zero knowledge about Harry Potter, nothing like that. I bought it because I just said, hey, it looks like a good game. I want to play Wizard. Started playing it. Game looks beautiful, dude. It's a beautiful looking ass game. No joke, no questions asked, nothing like that. Like it generally looks like you're like literally like moving around in the actual movie and stuff. It's worth it. It's worth the money. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not even in the story yet. I was just, exploring around the school and all of that. Like, it's worth. It looks good. I have to
Well,
be big.
it didn't pique my interest too much, so it is what it is.
Yeah. But like
And I got enough games in my backlog to finish, so
that's yeah. Same. Totally. And I'm still crazy enough to buy shit. But and like you said, it backfired because it became what, the best selling game? Ain't that of
yeah.
all time
It,
now?
not of all time, but it became the best selling game. It's the most streamed game on Twitch. It's like
Yeah.
this is what happened. This is the perfect example. It's like once you tell people what they shouldn't do and what they can't do, people go fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
think they
mean,
made more people buy that game because of that than actually caring about Harry Potter.
I mean,
Just because they was literally being told what they shouldn't do. Or they were XYZ because of it.
listen, at the end of the day, the discourse between the trans and streaming community and like it has gotten very stupid and ugly because I've seen people say if a trans person is playing the game, they don't care about trans people. They're really not trans. If a black person is playing the game, they don't care about. It's like it became too much discourse and attacking of each other, and it's
Yeah.
like stupid. People on both sides are fucking stupid. If you bought the game because you want to buy the game, good for you. If you bought the game just to spite in somebody's face, you just added to the problem. You know what I mean? I'm not buying something to spite anybody in their face, unless it's those big ass stupid red boots. that everybody's talking about. But I digress. At the end of the day, it's a fucking video game, and I think there's enough division between people on freaking politics and
Mm-hmm.
fucking getting the vaccine and race and all that shit, and now a fucking video game and like spreading this misinformation that it's fucking killing people within the community is very dangerous and it's coming from an activist. Activists are fucking harming communities. And a lot of these communities need to fucking wake up and see that these activists aren't really helping you. They're
Yeah.
fucking hurting your cause.
Yeah.
And
And
that's all I got to say
and
about
it's
that.
like everybody's an activist now. Now, mind
I'm
you,
not an activist for shit.
I mean, and I've seen a couple people just like they just took it out of their bios. Like, I can't be involved with all of that. And it's like, and I agree with one person when they sat there and said they was like, these people are activists till it's time to put in the work, put in some actual work. Then all of a sudden you don't hear nothing out of them, or it's something they
Because
agree with.
it's to pick and choose. Because let's be honest. All right, Universal Studios Florida, right,
Mm-hmm.
has a whole Harry Potter area. Has a whole fucking area of Harry Potter. They have a whole fucking area dedicated to Harry Potter. A whole fucking area. Why is nobody out there protesting? I tell people do not go.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a whole fucking Lego. Lego Harry Potter stuff. She makes money from. She makes money from the Lego Harry Potter. She makes money from the fucking Universal stuff. Why is nobody out there saying do not buy Legos? Don't buy the Legos, Harry Potter. Stop. Anything with her, don't buy. Don't buy nothing, Harry. Why is nobody going and fucking destroying Harry Potter Lego stuff and Legoland? Why? Why is nobody outside boycotting Lego saying do not put fucking stuff in this? Don't.
I'm gonna be honest. My thing is like this when it comes to like stuff like that. That's where the whole concept of putting in actual work comes in, because that requires you actually getting up and getting out though.
Exactly. So you could just sit there behind the computer and say this game is bad. Okay,
Why is it bad?
that's it. This is why it's bad. Okay, so it's easy for you to protest this game and tell people not to buy it. It's very easy for you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could put the same energy into protest telling Lego, do not put this stuff in the stores. Universal, we think is you think we should you should close down the like fight the big fight. You want to fight the big fight? Fight the big fight.
Because your fight
You're
ain't
going
different
after
than
Warner Brothers.
your fight is
You're going after streamers. You're losing.
your fight is supposed to be with J.K. Rowling, not everybody else, not a game.
Go fight her then.
That's what I mean. And it's like one trans person that I speak to, I've known for years. I even said that nice. I was like, okay. I said straight up. I was like, would you think any different of me if I played the Hogwarts Legacy? She was like, nah. She was like, let me guess. People on social media talking about it's bad to play the game. I'm like, yep. She was like, no. She was like, I don't agree with nothing she says. I won't play the game because I just can't. And her comments did, in fact, throw me off from wanting to even be interested in it. But I do feel like boycotting a game is silly. But no, I won't think no different of you if you play. I know your views. And and it's like I tell people, most people just want to be left alone to live their life. They they not even involved in quote unquote the social media stuff. They're not involved in it. They know where the actual fight belongs. And like you said, by people just trying to tell other people what to do, they're gonna do the opposite. You want to name call this person, name call that person over a game. They ain't said nothing. They just said, "Hey, I'm playing the game. I want to play this game." And now they're XYZ thing. But all you're gonna do now is make them what was they talking about? They were doing buying two or three copies and all of that.
That's stupid. You just sound like an asshole saying that. You saying that is fucking asshole. Like that was the dickhead. That's dickheadism. Like buy your game and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's it.
And but on the other hand, like and that's why I said like I get both sides of it because one, she won't shut the hell up either. To be honest, apparently she said something around, well, if anybody buys the game, they're proving that they support my views. I'm like, yeah, you need to shut up at that point.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, like I said, it is what it is. Don't tell people what to do with their lives. Don't be a dickhead. I have no quarrel with anybody from any community. You know, I treat people with the same respect they'd give me. If you want to freaking be who you are, be happy with what you're doing. I stand by the stance like I don't agree with the stuff like with some of the with the stuff with kids, transitioning kids early. I don't agree with it, but like, hey, listen, I don't have kids. It's not my fucking kids. So let these people do what they want with their kids. And when their kids grow up and regret and hate their parents or feel like, I don't feel right,
Mhm.
I'm not paying for therapy. It's not me paying for therapy. That's on the parents. So let people screw up their kids, whether it be with the transition and or making the kids feel like these people bad at this. Like let people screw up their fucking kids. Let people do what they want with their kids. I am not a parent. Do what you want with your kids. Not my kids. I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your fucking kids. Your kids do what you want. I'm not paying for therapy. I'm not paying for none of that shit for your kids. When your kids grow up, it'll be a fucking all messed up in the head because you fed them all these freaking lies or you had them on social media dancing like idiots for fucking a few views or you were lying just to get a view or a click and stuff. Not my problem. Because you know why? Ain't my fucking kid.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but should we really be letting people just? Well. Let me make sure I ask this right. Okay, yeah, all of us have hit that brick wall once or twice in our life, but shouldn't we at least say something? You know what I mean?
what are we
Like,
gonna say? No, no. I see. This is all we can say. I feel that is wrong.
yeah,
That's it. That is wrong. Here's why I feel that is wrong. Because X, Y, Z. X, Y, B's are based off of like numbers and stats. But at the end of the day, let's be honest. Why do you think? And this is actually this. I spoke to actual trans person about this. Buck Angel, who is a adult. He's a trans male adult porn star too, and everything. Not anymore. But he told me like, there's only one hormone blocker on the market right now. There's only one.
yeah.
There's only one. How much money that is that you can make from that? If there's only one, I don't know if there's more now, but when he spoke to me, he was like, "There's only one right now."
Whoever that is,
So,
they making.
so why would I not push a good product like that? That is a good product. I can make money off this product, right? Why would I not say this is good money? No, this is good. This is no. This don't worry about it. Like this is good. You like it's good. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push a product that's making me money. I'm not gonna tell you the bad stuff about the product because if I tell you about the bad stuff about the product, will you buy the product?
No, wouldn't nobody buy it.
No. Look at abortion. No one tells you the side effects some women have when they have abortions. Nobody tells you the psychological side effects some women can have. Some women can have a psychological side effect, and some women
Yeah,
can never have kids again. Is it very? It's it happens. But what what sounds better? You as an independent woman, you could carry on with your life. You could be successful. You don't have to worry about a kid. It is what it is. You could go ahead and live your life. or there's a chance you may never have a kid and you may have a psychological effect. Which sounds better to sell my product? A or B?
The A side.
Exactly. Now, mind you, I'm not pro-life. I listen. Women, do what the fuck you want with your body. Men, do what the fuck you want with your body. All right. Don't you do what you want with your body. I do what I want with mine. I cannot tell you what to do with yours. All right. The same thing comes to when it comes to transition and everything. When they're telling kids like, oh, you could do this and this and this, but they won't tell you it may not help you with how you feel mentally. Because we have had stories where people transition, they didn't feel better mentally, and they still take their lives. And it's fucking sad.
Yeah.
And then you have people who detransition and say, this shit didn't fucking help me at all. I was pressured by all these other people around me. No one told me the consequences. They just told me I will feel better. They said, "Oh, it's great. Don't worry." They showed me. They showed me. They show people this one side of things, and they sell it. They sell it. But when you do it, it's like, did I make the right choice? And then they have regret. So all these things are that no matter what, when it comes to anything, the government or these doctors and stuff, they're going to tell you, get it. Another perfect example. Look at the vaccine. The vaccine being the most perfect example.
Yeah.
What did they tell
Definitely.
us? You could go back outside, you could live your life. It's when they first came out, it said it was 99% accurate, right? It said 99% when it first came out.
Yep.
Then it started decreasing. Then they said you need two. Then you need a booster. Then you need another booster. That's a new variant. I get it. Viruses mutate. I
Yeah.
get it.
That part's
But
I can understand, but
but did they tell you the side effects of it?
no, they didn't.
Now the side effects are coming forward.
Yeah,
Blood clots. People are dying all of a sudden. Like
but
did
they
this but if I told you there's a risk that you may have these side effects, would you get the vaccine?
no.
Look at and here's my final example. Um, any of those any like prescription drugs like Zoloft, antidepressants, right?
Yeah,
Antidepressants. What did you see in the commercials? I was depressed. I was sad. I started taking these pills, right? I feel better. I'm living my life. I'm having a great time, right? And then what do you hear at the very, very end? Super fast. Side effects may include out there, whatever.
yeah,
You hear all the side effects at the end.
yup,
Super fast. But go back to the dude. I used to be sad, but now I'm happy.
yup. That's true.
No one wants to hear about the bad. Everybody wants to hear about the good. So we're gonna keep pushing the good and the good and the good. And when the bad happens, it's just gonna go, well, you should have read the fine print.
Yeah,
So
and I think that's they like you said they giving you what you want to hear at that point.
exactly.
They know what's
Anybody wants to hear the good stuff.
yeah, but are you? And it's a matter of then it's like did you well do your research? Did you ask the right questions? Did you take out the time to have that conversation about it and what it possibly could actually do to you that's bad for your body or quote unquote side effects. Most people
No.
generally don't.
No, they listen to everybody else. And when they do the research, they do the research people are telling them to research, not what they ask supposed to research.
Yeah, that's why you so. That's why
That's
question.
why when people tell me I'm not gonna explain to you, do your research, I'm gonna go, okay, I'm gonna do my research. Then when I get to my research and I say, oh, well, after my research, I found X. Oh, well, you're just an asshole because you didn't look up the right stuff. You told me to do my own research and I came up with my own fucking decision.
Yeah,
So now what? Now what? I lose no matter what. I educated myself. I took the time. I did the research, and you still weren't happy. So
it's and it's like they make that seem word I'm looking for. They make that seem like that's so criminal to do nowadays. When it's like y'all not willing to say everything, but you're mad because I went and looked and I found additional stuff on top of what you done told me that you didn't originally say. But quote unquote, you want my money or you want me to understand your side of it. Well, how can I when, well, how can I be willing to when you're not being 100% forthcoming with the information or statistics or stats that you're providing, that you're supposed to be providing me? So I can come to my own decision. You're simply wanting me to come to your side and your decision. Well, your side and your quote unquote thought process on it, or your take on it, rather. And I think, because I'll admit, I'm not vaccinated, and it's really just due to I don't feel like I should be forced to do anything that I just don't want to do. That's really what it boils down to. But now seeing what I'm seeing, and as you just brought up, side effects and everything else, I'm glad I did. Because I mean, my old job even tried to make me take it, and I refused, and I walked out on them. So I'm leaving. I'm not going to be forced to like take something I don't want to take, and I'm not trusting. And I just personally, I just feel like there's, I won't say debate. There's not enough listening going on, especially now more than ever. It's like everybody has some viewpoint with some agenda behind it. Really, mainly money. But it's like, okay, it's like, okay, you, I said this, so you have to agree with it. I'm against this, or this group is against this. So we want everybody else to do the same. Don't just fall in line or just follow and don't question what we're doing or question what we're saying or do your research. But at the same time, you can't ask people to sit there and just say, okay, I'm going to do it and I have no questions about it. And like, and I was, okay, and granted, some questions, even I have to admit, are just a little bit on the left field side. It's just like, why you even ask it? Come on, man. Like, but some questions I've seen people ask that are like just like genuine questions, like just out of concern or trying to understand or trying to just like so that they can see why they should care about this. But y'all still closing that door on those people too. And I just feel like there's not enough listening nowadays. There's more shaming, just trying to bully, name calling, and it's just like I don't get it. And that's partly why I agree with you and openly admit it. Like I can understand why you just feel like the world should just burn. Because it's like my question is like what is it gonna take for people just to sit there and just listen to each other and try to understand each other? Even if you don't 100% fully agree with it. Like I would rather somebody just listen and then just say, okay, well, I don't agree with that, but I can see remotely, somewhat, whatnot, why you feel the way you feel. Because everybody's experience is different depending on the subject and all of that stuff. But you are rarely seeing it nowadays. And if you do, it's from a select few. It really is. And that's why I do, I tell anybody, I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading. I read various comments, I read various people replies. I can go through a whole thread and just see what a lot of people got to say about said OP comment, OP statement, and all that. And I do a lot of listening too. I listen to a lot of people's like topics. Like perfect example, it's a channel called on YouTube. Coffee Coffee House Crime.
Okay.
He does a lot of like cold cases, old cases and stuff like that. He a young cat, but he's good. Like you can tell just by listening to him, he's done his research and everything else. And I read a lot of the comments on his channel, and a lot of them just be like genuine comments. You know, ain't no hate going on and nothing like that. A lot, they disagree and stuff like that, but you know, you don't see all the extra stuff. You don't see the name calling and all that stuff. Like it's just general conversations that's happening, and that's more the stuff I'm trying to get myself personally more involved in, along with voice acting and everything else that I already am doing. I really should not be trying to be honest, I really should not be trying to put anything else on my plate, but that's something I would like to do. And I just feel like if more of that was going on, even myself, I will admit, I've gotten loud with people and stuff like that just out of pure frustration. And I'll admit that to anybody. But I just feel like, especially with the government, perfect example. I hate to get political, but I'm gonna have to. State and Union address thing. What was the point of the? Apparently, the Republicans were sitting there just booing. What was the point of that? Dude ain't said barely spoke for 10 minutes, and y'all already booing the dude. I get it. Okay, people don't like him, but
It's just how it is. Like, listen, I need people to understand something. Red or blue, you don't mean shit to them because you don't make a lot of fucking money. And at the end of the day, they're all in fucking cahoots. Remember when fucking with the whole Bush was presidency
mm-hmm.
and like, oh, he's gonna be better. Obama's gonna change everything for us and all these things. Bush and Obama fucking hang out like nothing. Like, so they booed him because they don't fucking like him. Honestly, I feel like I feel bad for Joe Biden. You know why I feel bad for Joe Biden? Because I feel like this is an old man that doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and all these people are telling him what to do. He's a puppet. He's literally a puppet to the Democrats. He's literally a political puppet. The man seems confused and lost half the fucking time. He slurs his words more than I slur my words. He tells random stories like a grandfather. So I'm just like, I feel bad for the fucking guy. And he's just a face of like all these other people telling him what to do. And like,
honest,
it fucking sucks.
honest question: do you think he should run again?
No, he shouldn't. He sucks. He should not run. I don't think this man got another. Listen, if he runs again, this is my chaos theory, and I said it before. I said it multiple times. You go back to subtweet this. I've said it. The whole point of him fucking being the presidency is if he fucking croaks, Kamala takes over, and she becomes the first black woman president. Because the man doesn't look like he got much time. I'm sorry, he doesn't. He doesn't. The man doesn't look like he got much fucking time left. And Kamala Harris is another moron too, cause she don't know what the fuck she talking about half the time too.
I think I feel like she just be sitting there, all smiles, just I'm here. Like you know how you just had them people just look like they just happy to be there.
Yeah, she
Oh, no
like, bro,
value, no
I
nothing.
don't.
That that's
I'm just so fucking sick of this shit. People like I and you know what? It's just so weird because I'm like, why are these? This is one thing I have to say when it comes to political stuff. Did you notice when this guy Trump was in office, none of these other countries got fucking ballsy like they are now with us? Notice that.
yeah,
The man went to North Korea and sat down with Kim Jong Un and was like, "Yo, chill out." And the man was like, "You know what? I'm gonna get rid of all my nukes and shit." He
yeah,
went to fucking Russia, sat down with Putin, and was like, "What's good?" Putin was like, "Yeah, he's not a bad guy." The man single-handedly, like people who didn't like us, the man sat down with. It was like, "What? Like, chill out. We could be all be friends. We could just relax." Everybody was it was chill. We were good in the hood. We didn't have fucking spy balloons fucking flying over unrestricted airspace, motherfucker. Like fucking now North Korea just fucking had a whole parade saying, "Look at all our nukes we got now." Motherfuckers are gully as shit with us now
yeah,
because they knew that this dude Trump was fucking unhinged and was about smoke and was ready to fucking push the fucking send that football.
yeah,
But he sat down with them. This dude, it seems like we get this old man in, and the rest of the country is like, I'm the rest of the country, the rest of the world is looking at us like America looks weak right now. We look weak to people who don't like us for some reason.
yeah, and then I feel like that, and that's bad on so many levels because, and this is coming from personal belief when I say this. Isn't the whole thing supposed to be about unity? Like
It's
bringing,
never going to be about unity. We will never be unified. Get this straight. I'm saying it now. We will never be unified. Ever. 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 Even if there's like a greater threat coming at us, if there was a fucking alien race that said we're about to fucking wipe you guys out, we will still not be unified to defeat them. Because you know why? Because you have a whole bunch of fucking brainlets saying we need to die. I'll be on that side. And we have a whole bunch of other brainlets saying these people are the higher evolution, so we need to accept that we are lesser. That's what's gonna fucking happen. We will never be united on anything. Politics, gender, race, economy, you name it, we're too far divided. We're never going to be unified. Ever. People talk about equality. No one is created equally. Ever. Because there's no such thing as equality ever. We got
okay,
to stop this notion.
let me ask you this. Do you feel like it's due to our own actions though?
Yes, we did it to ourselves. We're doing everything the government want to do for us to keep us silent and divide us, we do for them. We police each other. We police each other with what we can say and what we can't say. Do we not?
Yeah, yeah,
Right now on Twitter, people tell you you can't say this. That is fucking wrong. You shouldn't say that. Shut up. You're wrong. Twitch, these words are bad. Don't say those fucking words. Oh, you voted for this guy. You're bad. The minute politics got on Twitch is when Twitch went down to fucking hell. That's when the shit happened. Because before politics got on Twitch, Twitch was a fucking happy-go-lucky space. All motherfuckers did was complain about boobies and fucking people saying retarded. That was all it was. Now motherfuckers want to fight about every little thing.
yeah,
So the government doesn't have to control us because we're doing the job for it. All they doing is watching us fucking bicker amongst each other, and then they're gonna say we're gonna make these laws and stuff. But a lot of these people who fucking sit there and talk about politics don't fucking understand it at all because they think the only fucking reason to vote is November 9th every fucking 4 years. But because they think the one man in the White House is going to change everything, but in their fucking own local township, motherfuckers are changing laws left and right.
yeah. That's true. Cause hell, we just opened. They just passed a couple of new laws here. I ain't looked full detail into it though. I was finding this out at work because I actually
And where are you located again?
I'm in Oxford, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
How many fucking streamers from Mississippi was talking about go out and fucking vote?
Shh.
I'll wait. Fucking tired of this shit. I'm telling you. Politics. Politics fucked everybody up. The minute politics became got the fucking Twitch, it ruined it.
Yeah, and that's what bugs me. Like it's like y'all, like what is it that we're supposed to be doing here? That I think that's my number one question, just to anybody. What are we supposed to be doing here? Y'all say we supposed to not be spreading hate, don't bring about negativity, both which okay, I agree with. No, we shouldn't be doing that. At the same time, why y'all also doing it? You may not think you do, but you really are. And I think that's the other thing, the blindness. The overall just blindness of them actually not really realizing that they're actually doing that though. And see, nobody's gonna tell them that, hey, you do realize you're actually doing the very thing that you're supposed to not be doing. Or it's the case of it's positive because they can do it. Or like I was seeing in one thread, they was like, well, if XYZ wouldn't have did XYZ thing, so that makes it okay.
Yes, in their mind.
And that's where my problem is at. It's like just because they did or said this, that means you go out of your scope, comfort zone, how you're supposed to be, how you claim to be per se, and retaliate back in a way that's worse than what they did or said or whatnot. That's supposed to be positive. It's not even. That's not, mind you, now that's not doing any physical harm to you. Like let's say that for the record. Like I'm all for people defending themselves. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have the right to defend yourself, just like you have the right to defend what you believe in. But there's defending yourself, and then there's just okay. This is actually just bad. Yeah, totally. Stand up for yourself. Don't. I'll never take that away from anybody. You have the right to do that. But everything does have a limit too. And I just feel like once you start quote unquote, people want to sit there and say, you know, doxing's bad. Or as you said, people saying XYZ thing you can't say and all of this. Okay, so my thing is like, okay, when do we draw the line though? Where's the line going to be drawn at? Because it seems like every time something's praised as bad that we know is bad, it's practically brushed under a rug because XYZ person said it or XYZ group is involved or whatever. We're making it okay, though we know it's bad. So it's like when is the lines going to start being drawn on some of this stuff? Like anybody with brain knows, J.K. Rowling just fucked up. We know that. It don't. That's not even rocket science. We know she fucked up. My thing is like, okay, we know that. If you want to go bash her to hell and back, I would be perfectly okay with that. Because she's actually made comments that even I have to admit, all right, yeah, you saying a little bit too much, and I'm not okay with quote unquote comments towards people dying and stuff like that's nah. I'm not okay with that. No, you can go back that way with that. But y'all literally, because didn't they go to her house too? If I'm not mistaken,
I was not aware of that.
I'm gonna have to double check that. I believe I heard about them apparently doxing her and ending up at her front
I
door.
wouldn't be surprised.
But my thing is like, okay, I think I'm gonna agree with you though. When you sit there and say it, like we just have too many activists. That's what I feel like. There's fighting a good fight, and then there's just being an activist. I feel like that's two totally different things. Like I wouldn't consider myself an activist at all because there's a lot of things I agree with. There's some things I just don't agree with. But that's more so over actions than words. But I would never put myself in the activist position. And I do feel like there is too many activists and I feel like how can I say this? When it comes to like a certain group or topic, there's too many views from too many different activists of said group. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's going to always be that conflict of interest because like let's just say like example black people, we're black so we can talk about this. You got black activists who are not okay with what happened with BLM. You have black activists who are okay with what happened with BLM. That in itself is a conflict, though everybody clearly wants the same thing. Well, at least till they found out about the whole mansion thing and everything else. Then I think, don't quote me on this though. I don't think everybody agreed with that taking place. But that's like a whole nother can of worms in itself, I feel like. But, and I tell this to anybody, I feel like us as black people will never be united fully because you're going to always have the ones who believe in violence.
Of course we're not, because I mean, let's look at what happened with I mean, you have people that say, black people have to be just like this and that. I mean, the black community is now kicking out that Kai guy. What's his name? Is it Kai? What forgot the guy name who's like on Twitch. They upset at him. They said he let the white people have him. He served his purpose for us. He doesn't serve a purpose for us because he had a white girl on his stream and he told her, "Repeat after me." Uh, what did he say? Fucking.
Oh, I
He
think
said.
I know what you're talking about.
He said, "Nick." What was it? It's something with nigga. He pretty much made the white girl say the N word. She said
Is it that
nigga.
video that you shared the other day?
Yes.
I know what
No,
you're
she
talking
said
about.
he said repeat after me, nigga, please. And she said it, and like she don't like she's from a whole other country. A lot of people forget a lot of shit that we have problems in America. They don't have overseas.
Yeah.
They don't have the same problems overseas. So a lot of people like, oh, he got white people saying that word, that word and blah 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 and da da da. Like now they mad at him. He's no longer associated with the black streamer community now. Like they don't want him. Like y'all
Please.
motherfuckers. Again, like I said, we will never be unified ever, 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 ever. No matter if we're the same race, we'll never be fucking unified ever. We are
Wow.
one fucking shattered.
That was on Twitch, let me guess.
Yes, it's we are shattered. We'll never be unified. Black there's black Americans don't like black immigrants. Hispanic Americans don't like some Hispanic immigrants. Asian Americans don't like some Asian immigrants. Yeah, I remember way back, white people hated white people. They were like, we don't want these fucking Italians over here. They said, fuck these Italians.
I,
It's the same shit.
I just don't get it. But you know, the first thing everybody's screaming, well, as far as black people go, mind you, um, support the black community.
No, it's not support the black community. It says it's support who we think you should support within the community.
Yeah,
It's
but the
never support the community. It's support the ones we tell you to support. That's how it always is. When people say support black streamers, they notice it's always a list of
oh,
particular
I
ones
was
they
speaking
want
in
you to
general
support.
on that. I was speaking in general on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never support. It's support who we tell you to support. Don't
But
support these motherfuckers. Support these motherfuckers.
but some of the ones that they was telling to support came to find out to just be terrible people though. That's what I
It don't
don't.
matter. And you know what they could do? We fucked up. It won't happen again. And they keep fucking up.
Yeah, and
I've
that
been told, you know how many times I've been told listen to people from the X community, and then when I listen to somebody they don't like, they say, "Oh, you should listen to this person because they're not liked in the community." What happened to listen to all the people? What happened to listen to our stories?
yeah,
Do their stories not matter because they say things that you don't agree with?
exactly. And I think that's why I kind of more towards like the end of the year, 2022. I started like veering off and just really like just not commenting on much because one, I came to realize a lot of people don't want the conversation. I came to realize that. That's why I just went on, started just blocking people. Like, bro, you want a name call? I just block you. I just really just stopped because it's just like it became the way it's just like you know this person wrong, but y'all still talking about this person like they're some great person, and it's like they're not. I'm telling you, I'm not all good. I'm willing to tell you that. I'm willing to say that straight to you, directly to your face. So you asked me to listen to somebody, which is fine. Cool. I'm willing to hear anybody else. But my thing has always been don't have a problem with me if I just don't agree with something that comes out of your mouth. And I'm willing to sit here and tell you exactly why I just can't agree with that or I can't get behind that. Because one, I want the conversation. Two, not everybody's going to agree with everybody. Not everybody's going to agree with everybody's actions. Not everybody's going to agree with the way people choose to deal with things. Just like I don't really agree with people telling other people how they should deal with XYZ situations that they're involved in. Well, that involves themselves. Everybody sits there and says, well, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't retaliate like this. Why are you telling somebody how they supposed to feel and act? Because let me make sure I say this right. You really aren't in that person's head. You really have no idea how that actually makes that person feel. They probably could tell you, but it could be more or less of what they're actually telling you. They could just be saying, okay, well, I'm bothered by that. While actually in their head, they actually just like pretty damn pissed off. But they're trying to, I don't want to say save face. They're trying to really just hold themselves back from saying anything. You really don't know that. And when you telling somebody to do something like that, I feel like when and it's not out of concern or anything like that, you just feel like you think the person shouldn't do it. That's different from saying, "Hey Della, for your mental health or for the fact that you may not 100% be all right with it and you might be able to explode, maybe take a step back, sit on it for a minute and just think about it." Because I've come to notice, even with myself included, I could get mad about something and then just sit there for a minute, give myself a couple of hours, and then maybe what I wanted to say then, I'll throw right out the window. But like, you know what? It ain't even worth
That's how you gotta be.
it. But I don't feel like people give people that chance to be able to. And you sit there and by you sitting there telling somebody how they supposed to feel or what they can't say or what they can't do, you're pretty much closing that door. You ain't even gave a person, ooh, excuse me, you haven't really given a person that time to really let all of their emotions process. You're simply telling this person what they're supposed to do, what they can and can't do, or how you feel what they shouldn't do, instead of just letting them just, let all that emotions do, let it get in their head, let them just process it and just really think about it. Then maybe if they decide to lash out about it or something like that, even still, you really can't say anything. Partly, you really can't blame them, depending on the situation. It's really case by case basis, I would say. But I just feel like a lot of people do the. That's one reason why. There's several others. A lot of people just sit in fear of wanting to say anything because they're worried about what the next person gonna feel, what the next person next to them gonna feel. So they would rather sit there and just say nothing at all than run into that high probability of somebody quote unquote attacking them for just stating how they feel about something. Like I'm not a fan of, though I do it at times myself personally, of keeping things bottled up. But even I have to admit, sometimes it's just not even worth saying anything about, despite how I may feel. Oh, I just don't feel like the subject is worth me speaking on because it's just like I usually ask myself, okay, I know if I say this, there's a high probability I may or may not get a bunch of people hot with me and wanting ready to cuss me out and everything else. Do I really feel like having to deal with that by me knowing I'm saying that? Because at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, I said it. So I'm going to have to be able to deal with the response I get from it.
Of course.
And whether it be agreeing, disagreeing, hatred, dislike, whatever. And I've found myself a lot of times, more so, I'll probably say within the past year, I'll throw it on that. I said to Thomas, nah, it's not. It generally isn't. And I feel like if I feel like that way, it's got to be worse for other people. Honestly, especially for how much I speak on, you know, say what's on your mind. Don't worry about what other people say. You can't do nothing about that. There's people out there who worry about that. There's people out there who care about that. There's not much you can really do about that. You can tell them, but at the end of the day, it's still their choice.
Listen, go with my motto. They got a problem with you, tell them to fight you. They won't. You said something, you don't like it, you wasn't trying to hurt nobody, and they got a problem, yo, fight me. I, any conversation you have, I do it at work a lot too. I do this shit at work. I say things and people are like, you can't, like, yo, what you talk about? I'm like, yo, fight me then. And it's the look on their face is like puzzled, and there's a silence, and they ask again, what? I said, fight me. This is a problem. Just fight me. That's unprofessional. I was like, we in the conversation got unprofessional a long time ago. So fight me. Do it in real life. See, just see how it works. Just see how it works. The next time you in a heated conversation with somebody and they're just saying like you're wrong and blah blah blah, and you want to die in your hill, say, listen, I'm not doing this back and forth anymore. Just fight me. That's how we're gonna settle this.
It's funny because of two reasons. Because of what you said it. When I originally got back on Twitter, some cosplayer, I can't think of a name for the life of me right now. She brought up something about people not, I guess, coming to her booth or whatnot when she was at some con. Everybody jumped on her for it too. She was talking about how most, I think she said most of the other women were mid and no one really came to see me and all of that stuff. One girl in the quote retweets is like, it's okay for you to feel that way. I got a question. Can you fight though? Serious question.
Yo, that's how you end, bro. I'm serious. Right there. You can run your mouth, but can you fight? That's it. You're doing a lot of this.
That's what a lot of people do.
I tell people a lot of times, listen, I'm not good with my words. I'm better with sign language. So if you see me in person, I'll talk to you with my hands. So just fight me. Fight me. Try it. Anybody watching this, listen to this, next time you get in the sand with somebody, just straight up and go, yo, fight me. Or ask them, can you fight? All right, bet. I want to see.
Oh
That's why I tell people, yo, be
god.
careful what y'all be saying to people on the internet. Be very careful.
Yeah,
Because you say to the
and that's
wrong
what
person, they're going to roll up.
and that's what I be trying to get people to understand. Like, especially when it came to like TwitchCon, I'm surprised there no fight break out this year.
Because motherfuckers are pussy. Motherfuckers is pussy.
And I even sat there and said, I was like, bro, y'all been saying a whole lot of shit for the past 2 or 3 years.
And all that shit. The past 2, 3 years, notice, my name never came out of anybody's fucking mouth. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Out of all the people I associate myself with, my name never was in none of these motherfuckers' mouths. Because they knew. Because I was going to roll up to TwitchCon and I was going to ask them, what was that you were saying? I am here.
And
Let's have
see,
this conversation right now.
yeah,
Right now.
that's my thing. It's like, what happens when we face to face? And I sit there and say,
It's
you remember when you said this? I'm right here now. You want
Do
to
you feel
repeat
that?
it?
So say to my face now, be the toughie, the big person, the big shot you were saying all that heinous shit about me. Call me that to my face.
Yeah. But see, and then that's when they don't want to say nothing. That's when you don't have nothing to say. And I sit there and I tell people, y'all gonna say something to the wrong person, cause word gets around. No, nobody, ain't nobody stupid. Word gets around. No matter what you think you believe is private or whatever, it's gonna get out there. Because people are too eager. Oh, how can I say this? People are too eager for drama. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
People are too eager to either see it, read it, or hear about it. Three main things.
Listen, I am a very cordial person. I will give you the benefit of the doubt to redact your words in person. If you
Yeah,
feel that way about me and you want to say the shit, I want you to say it to my face.
and that's how I am.
If you are not if you are not able to say it to my face, I'm gonna tell you straight up, keep my name out your fucking mouth. Don't ever talk about me again. If you are man enough or woman enough or whatever you want to be called enough to say it to my face, I have more respect for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna promise you I'm not gonna slap the shit out of you, but I'll have more respect for you. I have more respect for you. Depending on the mood, I may have slapped the shit out of you.
hmm
And if one of your little friends decides to get in my face, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them. Because I'm trying to talk to you,
Hell,
and
I
if your
might
friend wants to
slap
get
them
gully,
before I slap you, just for
I'm gonna
them getting
slap them.
involved.
I'm gonna slap them, and then I'm gonna look at you, and I'm gonna say, he got slapped because of you. This person got slapped because of your stupid
Yeah,
ass. The next slap may be on your face. I listen. People are gonna say, "Oh, that's hostile. That's violent. You'll go to jail." Don't talk shit. Won't be no shit. Them
yeah,
motherfuckers never heard that. Like, look at this thing. Just look at rappers. For perfect example, no one says anything about Chief Keef. You know why niggas don't say shit about Chief Keef?
because
It's
he
Chief
gon'
Keef about that life. All
Yep.
those Chirac rappers is about that life. You talk shit about them, they will roll up on you,
They minding their
and will make
business
a
type of
song about
thing.
it too. Motherfuckers will roll up and make a song about rolling up on you, motherfuckers. So don't talk shit. Don't just
It,
stop. Don't
and I tell this to
don't be tough on the internet, please.
and I tell this to anybody. It's easy for anybody to say whatever you want when you sitting comfortable behind a screen. It's easy. Say whatever you want. But is you gonna say it once you turn that computer off and you walk outside your front door and you trying to live your life? Cause somebody gonna mess around. They're gonna sit there and ask you, why don't you repeat that? You had no problem saying it to your 100, 200,000, 2,000 plus followers. They made a joke. Y'all had a little laugh about it. Everything else. And now say it while I'm standing here. Matter of fact, grab your camera off your phone, record yourself saying it, and send it to your father that you had the balls to say it in front of my face and send it on social media. Same social media that you had the audacity to originally say it on.
Yeah, I respect the shit out of somebody that do that. If you gonna say some heinous shit about me, I respect you 100% more for saying it to
Mm-hmm.
my face. If you're not saying it to my face, keep my name
Like,
out your mouth.
like, like, I wouldn't even retaliate. I'd just say, okay, all right, I can respect that. I can respect that more. I generally can. I wouldn't even do anything. I'd just say, okay, no, you got balls.
That's that's why I try to ask people when they talk shit about me. I was like, ask them a simple question. It's gonna sound very vague. So be blurt this out, pause this. I ask them, do you suck dick? Yes or no? If they say yes, okay, I can see why my name is in your mouth. If they say no, so why is my name in your mouth like it's a dick? Get it the fuck out. And I asked to, it's not just, I asked that to everybody. If you don't want to be a dick, it'll be a titty. It could be a pussy lip. It could be a fucking asshole. Don't give a fuck. If you suck or lick or put that thing in your mouth a lot, I see why my name is in your mouth. If you don't, keep my name out your mouth. If my name is not a dick, it's not a titty, it's not a pussy lip, it's not none of that stuff. It's not a thumb. Keep it out your mouth. There's a lot of people I don't talk to or associate myself with.
Yeah,
Their name does not come out my mouth ever, because you are nothing to me. You mean absolutely nothing to me.
yeah.
I have
It,
stopped talking to a lot of people in the streaming community, and their name doesn't come out my mouth. There's a
it,
lot of people who. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and that's what I be trying to tell people. Like even in my Discord, I'm like, look at him. Don't nobody do it. Don't get me wrong, but I've sat there and said many a time, there's nothing I would say in my own server that I would not say to that person, that that person would not know I've said. Because I let a lot of things go. It's practically damn near anything goes as long as you got basic common sense. But I sit there and I tell that to anybody. I've said it multiple times. You will never hear me say anything that I would not say openly or to a person's face directly. Because I bring up all the topics. If I find out about it. Like there's stuff I found out after the fact, and it's just like I have no reason to comment on it. But I would rather be respected more for that than somebody jumping on social media. Hey, you said this about this person, and you've never said that to that person directly, though. I don't want to be that person. No, you're gonna know I said it. But people have gotten on me talking about, well, you shouldn't bring up names on the stream. Why not? It's not nothing I wouldn't say to them. I know what I'm saying, and I just and that's why I try to. In some cases, I will say this. Some cases, I when other people do it, I might say something, I might not. It really, eh, it depends on the subject. Let me put it like that. Because some stuff I generally just personally just don't care about. I'm gonna be honest. Like, perfect example, the whole J.K. Rowling thing. There's several comments that was gave that I just was just like, all right, y'all being a little bit ridiculous about it, etc. XYZ, or the political stuff. That's why I really got out of politics, the whole political conversation, all that. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, my philosophy is it's simple. If they're hurting innocent people, BLM, I'm not gonna agree with it. I don't care who the person is. I don't care who it is. End of the day, if it involves the harming of innocent people, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with that being an action towards trying to make a point. That's not how you make a point. That's how you create more of a rift. That's how you create more problems. That's how you get more people against you because you don't know who really knows what information. Now you didn't went off and quote unquote hurt this person who might have just been minding their business, going about their day, trying to work and make an honest day living, who probably don't pay two shits about the news, don't even know what's going on. Now, of course, yeah, they're going to be pretty pissed at you. So yeah, whatever everybody else is against regarding you and your group of people, they're probably going to be against it now. Because all they got to do is hop on the news and sit there and say, well, that group attacked me. And I was going about my day and minding my business and just working and trying to get an honest paycheck. I wasn't even aware this was going on. So who's going to pay for the damages? Who's going to pay my doctor bill? But see, no one thinks that far. And that's
No one wants it.
exactly. And that be my thing. Like, granted, I talk a lot of shit. I know this. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. But you don't see me going after innocent people. You don't see that. I've not seen a person who I generally have heard spoken to go after somebody that was just innocent and minding their damn business. Didn't have a comment, nothing like that. Have I seen it vice versa? Yeah. I've seen a person literally put up a whole bunch of facts and everybody jumped on her for it.
Nobody likes those things called facts.
It's like, and that's a double standard all in itself. It's like, okay, y'all say, okay, fact check. You say pull up facts. You say show facts, show statistics, show information, show source. You provide that, and now you're mad? No, you're mad because it counters what you're saying. It counters said group, it's or counters said person's whole statement, whole logic, because it's right there in clear day to see where, why, and how you're wrong. But, you know, people want information, source, stats, fact checks, and all of that. I don't get it. I probably never will get that. And I think that's why I tell people all the time, the truth don't have a face. The truth is not positive or negative. It's how you make it. It's supposed to be just that, the truth. We all have to accept it. It's several truths told about me. I like hearing that shit. But you know what? It's the truth. Guess what? I gotta sit there and take that shit for what it is. And when I say this, I know I'm about to get a lot of shit for this. The oh boy, the AR art thing. Don't it take skill to be able to do that, or am I going crazy?
Ah, that whole thing is like, with the whole the AR art is like something that was bound to happen. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants the future. And the future fucking came. And guess what? It's gonna make a lot of you people obsolete. All the shit you posted on the internet is gonna take that's all the AI is doing is learning. AI is artificial intelligence. It learns and it just creates on its own. Did people not understand that? Did people not ever knew the meaning of AI, what it meant? If you It's gonna take all the art that it has that's been made over decades in history of the human race and make its own art. It's gonna learn. It's gonna evolve. Eventually, look, we got AI Twitch streamers now. Come on, we got AI. AI gonna be AI OnlyFans girls soon. Computers will take over.
We have AI
I'm all
Twitch
for it.
streamers.
Yes, there's a AI Twitch streamer now.
I actually did not know that.
Welcome to the future.
That wow. I did not. I had no idea there was an AI streamer. Wow. What do they do? They actually game?
I think they game or they talk about shit. I seen it like very shortly,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I was like, okay, cool.
That's that's fucking wow. My thing is just like, does anybody realize the work that goes into making an AI work?
No,
Like, because you have to put in the program, you coding, all that stuff. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I know everything it takes. That'd be crazy talk. But that's work too. Well, I get how artists are just like, okay, they're stealing artwork and stuff like that. Okay, I can understand it. No, nobody should be stealing people's artwork, art style, all that. I get it, but I don't. I thought not one art style belonged to one person, especially if somebody can learn to do it or whatnot, or try to get close to. But that's a whole nother conversation. My thing is just like, isn't this what people were talking about that was in movies that people wanted? They wanted bots, they wanted the spaceships and everything else. Like, could you really imagine, like, oh my God. Matter of fact, you know what? Uh, Detroit Become Human. Perfect example of AIs. I just would hope that it wouldn't become something like that, where people are being mistreated and everything else. And I love art, full blown. I love art. Got plenty of art.
I mean,
I,
listen, computers gonna take over. Computers take over most of our lives. We need them. Artificial intelligence. It's the new wave. It's gonna take jobs away from artists. It's gonna take job away from models. It's gonna take job away from streamers. It's gonna take jobs away from a lot of people. Listen, that's why it's good to have a fucking trade skill. So I ain't gotta worry about a fucking artificial intelligence doing my job. So
I really don't either. It, but it's more so like I like what I wouldn't want to happen. I just wouldn't want it to where it's just like everybody's relying on that. You know what I mean? To where it gets to, well, everybody's going to be lazy because of it, if that makes sense. That's what I rather would not happen. Helping out, all that stuff, that's one thing. You know what I mean? When it gets to the point where you're self reliant on that, that's what you're relying on in your everyday life to where you're not doing anything, I think that might become pretty bad because you get like said that generation that comes up and that's all they know. If something bad happens and they can't use that, well, that crutch is gone. You don't want them not to know anything. You see what I mean?
yeah,
That's what I wouldn't want to happen. I'm all for like computers being in schools, using it, as a learning mechanism, using it to help, build stuff, make stuff new, driving cars and everything else. But I don't feel like it should get to where we're not gaining any knowledge, to where knowledge stops, information stops, the whole learning concept it just goes away because we're so reliant on that to do everything for us. And I think that's where I would draw the line with it. And and that's why I can see where artists are coming from because a lot of them, yes, they have put years upon years, classes upon classes. Some of them ain't do that; they self learned. to do their stuff. And so in that retrospect, I can understand where they're coming from. Like I won't go into the money and all that as I feel that's not my place because I'm not them. That goes into people's livelihoods and everything else, and I won't. That's a subject I just personally won't touch. But as you said, it's coming. There's not much we can do about it. But I'm but what I'm simply saying is let's keep it to a limit. And I feel like that limit should be to where we're still learning what we need to know.
I don't think there ever be a limit because I think we had enough time to learn. We were just too ignorant to care.
No, no, no. I mean like for like but like for like future generations though too.
Yeah, the future generations fucked already, in my opinion.
Well, well, shit.
Actually, I get going soon, so
yeah. Yeah, because you got to go to bed. All right, we gonna stop right there though. Hey, y'all, check out this dude, Delacroix. Check out his podcast as well. Like for real, he's a good dude. He older cat too, but I'm older than him. But still, y'all make sure y'all check out his YouTube, check out his podcast, check out his Twitch. Maybe online. I'm gonna go hunt down his podcast and make sure I put the link in the description of this podcast. Do check him and Ruin Leon out. Ruin Leon, y'all probably know him because I actually had him on one. I need to get him again too. But thank y'all for checking this out, giving it a delivered to questions, comments, concerns as always. Small request: like, comment, and or subscribe. Stay hydrated. We out of here, y'all. Later.
peace.